So, Fat Man,
So sleazy.
you know how they always say, always take the picture when it comes to wrestling nowadays?
That's what I say. Yeah.
Well, let me show you a picture of the Starlight Kid holding the Spark Joshi Championship. This is my favorite picture of the night because as she's holding this wonderful picture, can we at least get the fucking dumpster out of the fucking shot?
It's Philly, bro.
Yeah,
There's
well,
dumpsters everywhere.
like every other dumpster fire, we'll talk about more of that on the wrestling show. Welcome, everyone. This is Sleazy.
This is the Fat Man.
And welcome, everyone, to another wonderful episode. First of all, we have the future Hall of Famer Canadian Sleazy.
You know how to read, yay!
Hiya.
Goddamn, pal.
So what happens when you give me control over shit?
Right? Problems.
How
Always
dare he.
problems.
There'll be 2 Hall of Fame ring ordered in the next couple of years.
Right?
Well, I mean, I'm the only one that can induct you, so that's weird. While we're waiting for Heavy G to come on,
I think Dietz is coming on as well. I believe. Don't hold me to that.
Alabama
Now,
says,
sir,
I want to be the first.
No, hold on. I'm going to show that on the stream and make Sleazy read it out.
Oh, hashtag fuck Al Barrett has said.
Yeah, you're a hashtag now, Al Barrett.
I want to be the first to say congratulations, Sleazy, on the scorecard win. Oh, man. We have a lot to talk about with that.
We're waiting on the fuckheads anyway, so I can get it out of the way. We had 4 separate scorecards this weekend. The first one being Ring of Honor Supercard of Honor, which ended in a tie between myself, a known Ring of Honor card winner, and our newest Grand Slam champion, that fat fuck right there.
Sleazy, not me.
Wow.
It wasn't Sleazy's only win this weekend. Stand and Deliver happened, and our hashtag fuck Al Barrett won Stand and Deliver. WrestleMania night 1 and 2, we did have a contest, but the scorecard is broke up separately. So actually, night 1 was won by Fat Man. Night 2 was won by Sleazy. The combined scores of both ended up being 162 points for Sleazy for the win. Dietz finished second with 160. Myself finished with 159. Anybody else, I didn't do the math because they were the top 3. Al had, I think, 154.
Yeah, I went from going from first place on night 1 to finishing dead last on night 2.
The penthouse to the shit house.
Yep.
If you will.
So Sleazy, you won yourself your own $25 gift card.
Which is why he probably shouldn't have done the scorecard to begin with.
No, but listen, that's fine. He saved the show money by winning. He was the perfect heel. He was the heel that hit the oil to stop everybody else from getting this title shot.
Does anybody remember Win Ben Stein's money?
Yes.
I was Ben Stein. So I'll take it.
No, what was it I was about to call you just then?
A dick.
Yeah, besides that.
Yeah, I was going to say other than that.
Hulk Hogan in World War III when the NWO run, when he come in.
Yes.
Only difference is you went over.
Well, while we're stalling to review WrestleMania, I'm obviously back home because last week I was in that room over there with that fat fuck over there.
What is everyone with saying I'm a fat fuck?
Because we're all fat fucks. Literally everyone on this show are
the
fat fucks.
skinniest of the 3, mind you, and he's still chunky.
That's true.
Who's the skinniest of the 3?
You?
Yes, I am.
As I said, you're still chunky.
Yes. So Sleazy's going to discuss how every decision we made this weekend was a bad one.
Yeah. Let's. I'm going to leave the bits and pieces that included other wrestling show members out. We'll talk about that after we deal with WrestleMania, I believe. But basically, we chose a couple of different shows. We're just trying to, make some things happen and see what was out there. And then we...
First and foremost, because I know what you did on WrestleMania weekend, you guys are fucking idiots. You picked the wrong stuff to go to. Even before you knew what had happened or the time you had, just looking at the stuff you went to compared to what happened that weekend.
Okay, so I will justify some of it. Other things does not deserve any justification. Number one, Monday, Wednesday, we were planning on doing basketball games. Tuesday.
Baseball?
Yeah, baseball games.
You said basketball.
I did not say basketball.
You 100% said basketball.
I did not.
All right, it's on tape. You 100% said basketball.
Okay.
Well, we will find out when the show airs on Saturday.
Exactly.
But I'm right. I'm always right. That's okay. But anyway, we went to one of those games.
Yeah, so we went to the one on Monday with the Mets. Hello, gentlemen. Where? I don't see anybody here.
And I'll give Dickhead his due. Chris Williams, my brother, first person in the history of us doing our hockey tournament shit, won the hockey tournament and the Mania board that year.
Wow.
We've done the Mania 10 years. It's the first person to win hockey and Mania in the same year.
Right.
As far as we can tell. The other three people that could have done it was so long ago. Our first buddy of ours, TJ, played. He won the first year. I don't think he won Mania. I won the second year. I don't think I won Mania. And Chris actually won the third year. And I don't think he won Mania that year. I think somebody else did. Then we had our buddy Brandon basically run a fucking rush shot over us for 6 years. And then Brandon had contractual obligations of work. And then Chris won the hockey this year.
Wow. Unbelievable.
Now back to your shitty hardcore dreams.
Right?
Oh my God.
So we went up to New York, saw the Mets game. That was actually pretty cool. I think
beautiful stadium.
Absolutely wonderful.
Beautiful stadium.
I know this isn't a sports podcast, but trust me when I say that of all the major league games I've ever been to, this was my least favorite in terms of actual game, but in terms of...
Because it was nothing going in extra innings.
Right.
My kind of game.
Right. But in terms of actually sitting in a baseball stadium, it was number one without question.
You are welcome.
And thank you for that. Yes. We're planning on doing something similar on Wednesday. And then...
Guess what? It's not always sunny in Philadelphia.
No.
That's why I watched that TV show.
Right? What a reference, right?
Well, I live in Newfoundland. We had a solar eclipse and it was foggy.
In Rochester here, apparently, it was sunny and then it went cloudy and then the solar eclipse happened and then it was sunny again.
That's
it going cloudy was part of the solar eclipse, I believe. Oh, it got jacked for some reason. I don't know. I guess the moon's covering the fucking sun.
Right.
We were trying to get a 1 p.m. game for the Phillies.
The day before they moved it to 4:05, and then it was kind of drizzling in where he lives. I'm like, let's just chance it. We go up, drive the hour to Philadelphia. It's fucking pouring. And then we get into the stadium, and then on the big screen it says the 4:05 game will start in a weather delay. And we're like, no shit. And then the usher's like, it probably won't start till 7 or 8. And we're just like, let's go.
I'm fucking out.
Because we would stay there for 5 hours before the game started.
Well, I told Fat Man while we were standing there, getting soaked, by the way, there's 3 options that are going to happen here. Number one, you could sit in those seats soaked because obviously the area where we chosen didn't have a roof. Soaked, do whatever. I'll leave, do something else completely different, come pick you up. Option 2, you stay there. I go in the bar back there and fuck around my phone for 3 hours or 4 hours. because I ain't going down those steps. Option 3 is I'll pay for your ticket and we get the fuck out of here.
I took the money and ran.
Yes. Fat Man ran as quick as he could with the money. But yeah, there was no way we were staying for that. And then we probably
Drop a ton of money in Atlantic City.
Oh yeah, of course. That's what else is new. But the reality is that was not even the worst part when it came to dumb stuff that we did. The next day we did Spark Joshi, which admittedly was
Stardom.
Excuse me. I'm
They all
so
don't look
sorry.
the same, and you're the
Right?
Asian guy.
Right? I was thinking about the Spark Joshi because the Starlight Kid thing is still up on my screen. We went to the Stardom show. Great little show, except 80 minutes long.
That's
80.
a great little show.
Well, considering a lot of people spent 120 plus for those seats and for that show, yikes. You know? We didn't spend that much, but...
No. And how many? We counted 11 different championships in 5 matches.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Physical title belts. 11. 11 physical title belts showed up on that show.
Well, they brought everybody who could potentially be a draw, to be fair.
Yeah.
And if you look at it from that perspective, it was the right call because this is the first time Stardom's been in the U.S. running a show in 5 years.
And that's another reason why 80 minutes? Question mark.
Yeah, that's what kind of
When I was standing in line for the god awful show we're going to talk about next, Chris, we did not go to Mania.
Yeah, hold on, because I'll clear that up. Boys are dickheads. Said they were in Philly and just kind of alluded that they were at Mania, Chris. So, like, when I was bragging
We
about my
never
buddies,
said we were
I
going
didn't
to
say
Mania.
you said it. I said alluded.
We never alluded we were going to Mania. We
In fact-
flat out said we were not going to Mania.
Well, not only that, but we had said going up each week up to the show, on the show, that we were watching the ticket prices to see how high or low they were going to go, to see if we were actually going to be able to afford it. Because it got heinous at one point.
I wonder why.
Yeah, right.
The day of the show, they did drop significantly, but night 1, there was no way because rain, cold.
Yeah.
Night 2, we probably could have gone to. Easy. But I didn't check prices for night 2, so.
I
Night
did.
two.
They were.
And night 2 would have been a better night to go live
Yeah.
if we're only going to one.
And again, I think we'll talk about it. I'll talk about that when we review it.
Yeah.
But.
Absolutely. But the other show that we went to, other than Stand and Deliver, which is, obviously Saturday morning, was, God damn it, BCW, A Tribute to Extreme 2. And to answer Chris's question,
You can buy tickets for one night or the other night, or get a bundle for 2
yeah,
that have the same seats.
yeah. And ironically, those were more costly because the 2-night bundle packs were like $750, but the single night packs were like 100. I think the lowest we saw was 160 for one, and I know I checked the day before, it was like 320 for night 2.
Yeah, I didn't even check night 2.
So, but yeah, this was Heavy G's first show, and we'll kind of touch upon this a little bit more when he comes on. But I've never walked out of a show before. I've legitimately never.
Me neither.
I watched Ultimate Wrestling. I've watched some of the terrible KDW shows.
You watched
That
You
Chikara.
got through Chikara.
That's literally what I said. Chikara. And I said that on the way out.
Mm-hmm.
But here's the thing. I talk Sleazy into leaving.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, this is terrible. This is fucking awful.
So
And-
right off the bat, a lot of the reasons why they front loaded the card we found out after the fact when we watched the Hall of Fame ceremony, because Dreamer, Bubba Ray, and all those guys opened the show.
Yeah.
and they had to go to the Hall of Fame ceremony afterwards.
And by the way,
You should have went with them.
God,
We did.
No,
We
I
just
meant
never
to the
actually-
Hall of Fame, not home.
Oh yeah, well,
god awful. That, and then what was it? Oh, I'll say so. The show opened with a 5-minute promo. Sorry, a 10-minute promo on how much they loved ECW. Then had a 5-minute match that was fucking god awful. None of them could take a bump. And then they had a 10-minute promo about how they loved ECW. The next match was what?
no. Then you had a promo.
Then we had Blue Meaty come out.
And cut a 10-minute promo.
10-minute promo, how much he loved ECW. And then you had what? Shane Douglas and CW Anderson? Shane Douglas comes out and cuts a 10-minute promo how much he loved ECW. Then you had
no. You're going to...
I heard this part from Heavy G.
And then promptly cut a promo about how to get heel heat. This is how he got heel heat. Remember me back in 1993 and treat me that way.
And Francine say, remember calling me a crack whore? Chant that. And they chanted that.
Yeah.
Heavy G called me the next day. Like, we were chatting on video message for a couple of minutes. And I was fucking crying. He telling me all this shit. He was like, this is only like the second match. He's like, we're an hour in.
Yes, and then they have a 5-minute god-awful match, which none of them took a bump in because they can't. Right. And then they cut a 10-minute promo about how much they loved ECW. That was hour 1. And then you had Crowbar versus Danny Doring, which didn't come out with a promo, but that match went like 15 minutes. 10 minutes in, I'm like, can we go? Like, none of them were taking bumps.
Nobody was doing anything, and it was just getting worse and worse and worse.
And then when they did take bumps, they were just like barely falling down, and we're just like,
what am let's see if I can find I'll
you go look for the card?
No, so my wife, my beautiful, lovely wife, this was her only other show that she saw live was Stand and Deliver, and this fucking turd pile. I feel bad. I actually feel legitimately bad for Heavy G. This was his first indie show ever.
His fault.
Completely my fault. There was few things that I have seen worse than that.
You can't say his penis because he hasn't seen it yet.
Right? Let me see if I can...
Man, mirrors are invented. What do you mean?
I'm trying to find...
He's not that smart.
Right.
His wife calls it his little pickled shrimp. I don't know what your problem is. She has a cute name.
While you're looking for that, WrestleCon. We went to WrestleCon. It was okay. I took one mark photo with Josh Alexander and told him, like, hey, you're the king of four-star match. And he's all like, what, no 5 stars? I'm like,
yes! Fuck you, he said.
I was just like, hold on. I said, you average out at 4. Like, all your matches are at least 4 stars. And he's like,
average is 4 stars. That means he's had under 4-star matches.
No. I said, like, you start at 4 stars. Like, any match that you are on, you immediately get 4 stars. And he's like, oh, I get it now. Okay.
Well, one half of the Bash Brothers have showed up.
Welcome to the show, Heavy G. We're actually talking about quite possibly...
Not that, for once.
Not yet.
Quite possibly the worst indie show I've ever seen live.
I was saying that you had video called me and you were telling me about it and everything.
Oh, my gosh. That was the absolute... Like I always say, I'd say it was piss poor, but that would be an insult to piss. Oh, my God.
You're not wrong.
Oh, I mean, when the 2.5 matches that we saw, the best performer was Onita.
2.5 matches.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
Okay.
Onita, like I said, I don't know if they told you, but Onita was the best.
No, even 67 years old, and he was the one. Okay, here we go. Watch this punch by Dreamer.
Let's see if it'll actually load.
By Bully Ray.
Copyright.
Yes. Well, copyright me. Well, actually, copyright my wife because my wife took the footage. So if you could see this at all, let me go back a bit because it buffered. This bears watching because it's so terrible. Basically, they're doing a punch spot, the dusty punch spot, right? And
of course, Sleazy's New Jersey internet is not working.
It's so bad it doesn't even load up.
There we go.
I'm just pulling it down just to show it.
Yeah, look at how badly he's missing with those punches.
Like, this is the best one.
Completely missed.
Completely. Foot and a half away. Foot and a half away. Are you fucking kidding me?
Bubba's stiff.
Oh, look at Dreamers on top of it. It's like, what the fuck are you guys doing here?
And then they barely.
Yeah.
Shout out from the chat. Brady Hobbs, fuck you, Buck. Just stop by to say loves you, brother, and got to get back to making wrestling gear. Brady's actually does make wrestling gear for Fearless Fight Wear. Buddy Mon used to wrestle with back in my old life before I blew all of it up,
Right. The hard way, right?
No, I got 3 to 4 here now, and we've done enough bullshitting the bullshit. I'm reading out the card to stand and deliver. And all I want out when I read the match, just put yay or boo when I read the match out, just to give us an idea, because you guys were live and we can touch on the live aspects of shit instead of going into every match because we got Mania. Yeah. So, the pre-show had Joe Gacy and Sean Spears.
Only because Joe Gacy.
I knew that. We had Baron Corbin and Braun Breaker versus Axiom and Nathan Frazier to open the Premium Live event. Oma Fetty, Dodjack, and Josh Briggs in the meatiest of meat slappings. Fallon Henley, Kalani Jordan, and Thea Hale versus Easy Dame, JC. Okay. Roxanne Perez and Live Valkyrie for the women's title. Still on the mid, so it seems like half the card killed them. Dragunov and Tony D'Angelo for the world title. Ew, wow. And then Trick Williams and Carmelo Hayes.
Sleazy actually did not see that match.
Yeah.
So you hated...
I didn't either, but I watched
two matches were fine for you, Fat Man, and it went downhill.
No,
Heavy
they
D
were
all over the place.
They were okay matches for house shows.
But NXT
I love the Ilya match.
There was nothing wrong with them. They weren't bad matches. They were just.
Quick shout out to see.
Oh, see him!
Welcome.
Ski.
What's going on, broski?
Yeah. So. Two reasons. I missed the 6-woman tag because I hate to break this to people, but I'm a diabetic and I had a lot of beverages.
Yeah, he literally was triple fisting the whole trip.
All trip. So unfortunately, I had to run to that one. I didn't have a choice in the matter. And the main event, I was already outside papering for the wrestling show.
Yes.
So
I had 15 in my hoodie pocket, and then we were talking to the whole row behind us. So I was just like, you have one, 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 you have one. And then
right in the back of
by the time I got done with it, I was like, I got 3 left. So people are coming out, and I was like, here, take this, take this, take this. Okay, I'm done. before I even left the section.
I don't know if it got shared on stream, so I'm just sharing it again if it did, because I love the word skeet and it said twice. And shout out to CM. Okay, you guys gave me the power. If I had the power to comment on the chats during our live feed,
I found out that when I comment, it goes to Twitter or Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch.
Yeah, you have to choose it in the drop down. I could show you that off air. That's a whole different thing.
What? Okay, so back on track there now. So as a whole general, WrestleMania weekend really picked up for you guys.
Saturday morning.
Experience at Stand and Deliver.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
That guy's fault.
Back on track. We got a little bit of a context to everything, but like, I watched Stand and Deliver personally and went, night one better perform. And then night one happened.
Yeah.
All right. Dean said he was 15 minutes away like 30 minutes ago.
Fuck him.
Welcome. Let's start.
Okay.
Because we got a show to.
Yes, we
We
do.
are talking about 8 hours of wrestling in technically an hour.
We have a half hour. Here we go.
I love it. You got them cut out now.
Here we go. 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 Here we go.
Look at all them titles.
I like Matt Cardona.
Night one starts. Night one starts with a Women's World Championship. Rhea Ripley defends against Becky Lynch. 17 minutes and 5 seconds. John Canton gave this 4 stars. Sleazy, you're the women's wrestling enthusiast.
3.5. It was good, but
it should have been better.
It should have been better. You're absolutely right. And I don't think that's biased because Rhea won over Becky. I think that looking back on the show, it was the right call. It was the right call to have her go over. A lot of titles changed hands that were lengthy title reigns. And I think at least one of them should have stayed. And hers was one that could have absolutely stayed. So.
Heavy to the G.
I have it 3 stars. Right time, the right kid died. I love the Avalanche.
Thank you for knowing the bits.
The Avalanche Riptide was great. It might have been a little bit off physically with her having strep.
Yeah.
Might not have had the intensity, but like I said, it was a great for an opening match. It was solid, I think.
Yeah, I actually agree with John. I gave it 4 stars. I thought it was a great match, and right kid died.
So, I remember we were sat watching this live, and it was just dreadful starting. And I couldn't figure it out why. And I remember thinking, this is like Rhea Charlotte from...
I thought the same thing.
Well, it was shit, and it picked right up at the end. And, it picked up, and it did what it's supposed to. But this match made me realize that Charlotte is better than Becky. Because this match wasn't bad, but in the comparison of Charlotte and Becky, I'd go Hogan and Flair. One's got the wrestling, and one's got the showmanship.
Right.
Fair.
I think that's what hurt this match, because of Becky. Not that it was a bad match, it's just I expected more out of this, like I expected out of Rhea and Charlotte, and I got what I expected out of Rhea and Charlotte. And when I expected more out of this one, I didn't.
Okay.
That's why I gave it 3.
Fatman!
I can say it technically. Yo, dog, I heard you like tag team matches.
Yes! And this had the greatest fucking first person to haul down the tag belts that ever. I wish they had to haul them both down, to be honest.
6-pack ladder match for the undisputed tag team championships. I'm not going to name the names. We already know who's in it. 17 minutes, 25 seconds. Canton gave this 3.5. Ryan, you're the tag team wrestling enthusiast.
Thank you. Triple H era for bringing me back a ladder match at WrestleMania. And this was fucking great. I don't think the crowd went that quiet when Taker lost his streak. Then when A-Town Down Under hauled them belts down, everybody realized that it was actually they are the tag team champions now.
Yeah,
I popped super hard. I thought it was a great fucking moment. Made The Miz and R-Truth winning much of a bigger pop because they got their face thing. And I did enjoy the spot in between where the boys shook hands and they were like, okay, you go for these ones, I'll go for these ones. It was like everything played well into the car crash of 12 people. That was supposed to be the car crash of 12 people. But I fucking hope A-Town Down Under goes on a long title reign. That's iconic level to me. Iconics. They're going to fucking go with those belts. And they're the right people to have them because their gimmicks can evolve around that belt. And it's an opportunity where the belt will make the guy, and the guy will help. The belt is already elevated so much because of the Usos and Kevin Owens and Judgment Day and all this. So now this belt is going to help them. I think this is going to be here's your next level of explosion for these guys. And Ron the Truth Killings, the 2-time NWA champion, he should have won both belts when he made the 3-count. Okay, he pinned him in the middle of the ring for a 3-count.
Right? Right? What the fuck is this?
Yep.
Hot tag. I begged for it. I was like, hit it, please.
I was trying to figure out what spot they were going to do with R-Truth, and I was trying to figure out how are they going to play this. Are they going to try and is he going to bring down one belt each and do that or something like that?
It went up for the belts that weren't there anymore.
Yeah, that would have worked too. I was trying. The hot tag thing was just brilliant, though. I thought it was wonderful.
I agree with John again. 3.5. That was really good. Didn't expect A-Town Down Under to win the SmackDown tag team titles, but I'm okay with it. Glad they finally split the titles, which they didn't need it to be done. Hopefully, we get new title designs too, because those things are god awful.
The nickels. They went from the pennies to the nickels.
Now we just got to do the quarters, bro.
Right.
Yep.
And then,
half a dollar.
Would you take offshoots of the current belts like they got now? Like, you know how the World Heavyweight title and the Women's World Heavyweight title are the same?
I would.
New design. I hate those little Spartan warrior.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Get rid of them.
Hate it.
I guess my problem with it is with how they do the belts here is that it doesn't look like they're the top of the division. And that's part of the reason why they started reconfiguring the women's titles to look a lot more like the men's top title. And I think they should do the same thing with the tag title because it is the top of the division.
I mean, just as a side note, just to quickly bring it up, because we didn't touch about it when we talked at the Stand and Deliver. Speaking of women's titles,
yeah, the
Women's North American Championship.
And of course, I gotta be the asshole. I was all like, "What? AEW did it first." Oh, I was being a dick.
Big toss.
Speaking of dicks.
Dicks!
Excuse me, I'm
We're
just trying.
2 matches in, you late fuck.
Listen, I got responsibilities. I got to take the kid to the scouts.
I'm all jacked
Well,
up
she
on
should know.
Mountain Dew.
Well, she should know that you tape on Tuesday.
She does know. That's why I normally don't go, but we went to a trampoline park. Daddy had to do some flips.
I love how 2 new people came on the show, and Fatman still stayed the skinniest.
Yep.
Right?
Sure did.
So
How dare they?
We're only 2 matches in.
Yeah, we tried to stretch as much as
We killed
possible.
a lot of time for you. We gave out our scorecard love, shot the shit, and even talked about Stand and Deliver with a yay or nay with a thumbs up. We're 2 matches in. Ripley and Becky, how was it?
Thumbs up, thumbs down. Thumbs in the middle.
It's like a 3/4 of the way.
Yeah, that's usually what happens.
It's like a thumb to the bum.
Okay.
It's just sometimes you like it, sometimes you don't.
And then
6-pack, fucktastic, fantastical ladder match. A-Town down?
Loved it all.
Love, perfect. He's caught up,
loved it
people.
all.
he's caught up. All right, Heavy G.
I loved it. Surprised A-Town down, but like you said, I've written here that surprised, but it could be good for them too. I absolutely love the hot tag spot with R-Truth. Glad to see R-Truth finally get a WrestleMania win.
Crazy when you think about that, right?
Yes. But yeah, I thought it was good. I gave it 3.5 stars as well.
Sleazy.
You know
It
what?
was awesome, and you only give it 3.5. You underrated piece of shit.
Thank you.
I gave it 3.5 also.
Yeah, but he said it was awesome. And he only gave it 3.5.
4.
Oh, that's just Sleazy.
Solid 4.
Yeah, he's pulling me.
All right, what'd you get of it?
I gave it 3 3/4.
You overrated piece of shit.
Right. I thought it was great. I thought the spots were cool in it. I love the handshake agreement of each of them going up to do the titles. What was it?
The ladder almost dying.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for reminding me. Having Priest going up the ladder and trying to do a spot, and the ref
Referee's like,
slaps
no,
him.
No, don't do it, don't do it. He's like, huh, what? And he goes up it, and then Miz goes up the other side, and the ladder just like breaks, and just like,
Completely.
that's why.
Oops. And then they do the spot anyway, which I don't know if you want to do that. I would have just let it go at that point.
Yeah.
But that's just me.
Fuck
But
that. Any other show, I'd say maybe. WrestleMania? Oh, no. We're doing it.
no, I would reset the spot up in a different place or a different time in the match. That's how I would do it. Like call the audible and fall gently off the ladder and then have somebody audible another ladder in. There's ways to do it without causing too much of a backup in spots. But that being said, nice way to have Pretty Deadly win the SmackDown tag titles.
I love that.
Hey, Meltzer.
And I absolutely love that the Motor City Machine Gun showed up.
Right?
Yeah.
We'll talk about that later, too.
Yo, Doc, I heard you like tag team matches.
I do.
Rey Mysterio and Andrade versus Santos Escobar and Dirty Dom Mysterio.
No. You forgot. Agua Fresca presents...
Oh, shut up.
Yes.
Fuck off. I don't really care. I don't mind that shit anymore. And anybody
No,
lets that ruin their
I don't
time
think
or
he
rest of the
minds
show.
it. I think it's the match that is sponsored.
They're not sponsoring us. Why are we saying shit?
No. The Mexican drink sponsors the Mexican tag match?
Nothing wrong with it.
The two sons of a big ass Samoan who used to shove his ass in people's faces was sponsored by
Dude Wipes. Yes.
That's just my fucking placement. I don't know what your problem is.
I'm also going to bring that up later too, but actually,
Anyway, 11 minutes and 5 seconds. Kenton gave this 3 stars. Ryan, you're the tag team wrestling enthusiast.
Great fluff piece match for Mania, but Ron Kidd died.
Ron Kidd 100% died. 2
Outside
stars.
That was a great little fluff piece
Nope.
match. It was absolutely what it needed to be. It had your celebrity involvement and all that kind of shit, but Ron Kidd died.
2 stars.
Oh,
Ron Kidd's
that sounds like you're angry. And jeez, you couldn't even say okay match for a house show. Holy fuck!
Because it wasn't an okay match for us. It was below average. 2 stars. Ron Kidd died.
I didn't mind it. Coming off the big 6-man, like it was
Fluff piece match.
a fluffer, but it wasn't bad.
Latinas are always good fluffers.
Yeah, great fluffers. Great, especially 2 for 1 down in Baltimore Plaza. Never mind.
Hey, wait. There's sleazies down in Baltimore Plaza.
Oh God. Yeah.
Deets. PM me later.
Sleazy, speaking of that.
Fatman, you overrating piece of shit.
What do you mean?
1.5. Hated it. Absolutely hated it. This should have been way better than it was, especially when you have 3 of the most top luchadors in WWE, and Dominic Mysterio being the biggest heater of all of WWE.
I thought you were going to say 3 of the top luchadors and Santos Escobar.
I was waiting for 3 of the top luchadors and Rey Mysterio. Ha ha ha.
I went with the legit because I feel like that to make that a bit would have been a little bit disrespectful, despite the fact that this was not good, guys. This was not good. And having, I get it. It's WrestleMania. You need your, special surprises. You need your
Moment.
Your moment. The moment was Jason Kelsey, who even I fucking know, and I don't even watch fucking NFL or anything like that. I know who that guy is. I don't know who the other guy was, but I know who he was. And to have him show up in Eagles right after him retiring this year, that's a big deal. Cool. Awesome. I love it. Great. Let's go.
IBG.
2.5. I have just
Cool. 2.5.
Bowl of water.
I don't know.
It happened.
For me, I liked it because it involved the crowd. You got Philly involved when you brought out Kelsey and Johnson. It got the crowd going a little bit. I just wish they did a little bit more with him instead of just him randomly running out in a luchador mask with Lane. I honestly thought it was Travis at first, and then I saw how big the guy was. I'm like, no, that's not Travis.
No.
And then he took off. I'm like, oh, it's Lane Johnson, the biggest fucking tackle in all of NFL sports.
Yep. The brothers. What the hell? Brian's playing around again. The brothers collide. Jimmy Uso versus Jey Uso. 11 minutes and 5 seconds. Kenton gave this 2 stars. What an overrated piece of shit.
Warm bowl of water.
All this was super kicks.
It was a Young Bucks match.
Wow.
That's really what it is. It's spamming kicks. doing some move off the top, spamming more kicks. It's Young Bucks, except Samoans.
Yep.
4.5.
Fuck ye.
One.
I love
Still an
super
overrated piece of shit.
kicks. I love
One
super
star.
kicks. Fuck all you.
One
Listen,
star.
I like
Still an overrated piece of shit.
I like Super Kicks, but not to that extent. Yeah,
Sleazy.
4.5.
Overrated piece of shit.
And I'll
Overrated
say
piece
this,
of shit.
worst match of the entire weekend.
Yes. Well, you didn't go to BCW. Anyway.
Right? Okay.
Sleazy.
I want to point out, before I actually give the rating of my match, I want to say this. There were two things that you heard all Mania weekend. Stand and Deliver, at WWE World, where we were at, even in other wrestling shows that weren't even WWE related, was LA Knight.
Yeah.
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 Thank you. And the other one was
Yeet.
Yeet. And I believe this was the biggest letdown possibly of the entire week in terms of match quality and what this could have been and what this should have been. Was this nothing more than a super kit stand? Yeah, but I don't think it goes deeper than that for me. This was supposed to be this blood feud between two brothers bringing out the best and also the worst of each other. And the promo package that they did for the match was 50 million times better than the match. And I think that, I wonder if that was intentional almost, in the fact that they didn't want to go all out for this moment because they're planning on doing something later. I don't know, but 1.5, what the fuck?
Overrated piece of shit.
This really needed some sort of stipulation.
Yeah.
Because just those two just fight, it just, I get it, it's supposed to be a blood feud. If it's a blood feud, this should have been First Blood. First time we've seen a First Blood match in whatever. That would have fucking set it off.
You know what would have been a good fucking thing to have happen?
Really street fight like we had in night 2.
Well, you actually bring up the other piece of this that I think would have been amazing, honestly. A special guest referee of Rikishi.
Yeah.
Because that would have put it a little bit more of a situation where now we've got the father making sure the two sons are fighting and having to deal with it.
The Family Feud type of thing.
Yeah. And I think they're having that as a little bit more of an angle and doing that might have made it a little bit more interesting. This on its own was not. What did you, Fatman, what did you rate it?
Half a star. This thing was fucking nothing but super kicks.
It wasn't that bad.
And also,
but
wrong kid died.
That I agree with. 100%.
Wrong kid died.
Jimmy Uso needed the win. Jay didn't. And spoiler for Raw.
Yeah.
Jay
becomes...
If you're going to talk about Raw after the fact, then Jay winning here is exactly what should have happened.
Yes.
He didn't need a win.
Oh, Jimmy winning here would have made it.
And now Jimmy can fuck him over for the third time.
Right. That, whatever. The point, I think I've made my point.
Yo, dog, I heard you like trios matches. No one? Okay. Damage Control versus...
You're not going to ask what I thought about it?
You already gave me 1 star.
You asked what my thoughts were on it.
You were just like 1 star. I'm like, okay, I just wrote it down.
Yeah, but that was you just trying to get everybody's star rating and running your mouth by going,
I didn't say it. He said it first.
Right there. That was the case.
He said it first. He was like 1 star, and I'm like, okay, next. You didn't say anything after. Go ahead.
I couldn't. This could have been like it could have been a whole lot more. It could have been a whole lot better. It could have been. It was disappointing because, like you said, it was just a super kick party. It could have been a lot more intense. It could have been a lot more drama added to it. Maybe they're going to do something in the future, but with the build-up, it was just a big letdown. I was hoping...
Wrong match, Al.
It was a 3-way.
It's a 6-pack.
No, he's
Right.
talking about the
I
trios
only
match.
shared it because it said it's okay because it's a 3-way.
But
I-
it's not a
like-
three-way, it's a trios.
Maybe if there could have been like maybe a cage match or something. Maybe they're gonna do something down the road. But if that was the blow off, whoa!
I don't think it is.
I hope
it
not.
was
I'm gonna
horrible.
have-
I mean, it was,
We are 50 minutes in, guys, and we're on match 4. We got to get going.
Right.
I was going to end it by that. Just answer this question. What stipulation would you put on that match?
Honestly,
Cage match, street fight.
No, I just
Special
want one
guest.
from everybody. Like one that
Oh.
you would think.
honestly, nothing for the first match. They're having
match-
other matches.
for that
which
match
is why
should've been First
Jimmy
Blood.
should have won.
cage.
I'd have done Cage.
They're going to end up at a cage. Fair enough.
Damage Control versus Black Thunder.
Glowing Black Thunder.
Fuck you, Black Thunder. 8 minutes and 5 seconds. Can't give us 2 1/4. I don't know who to
He wants
start
us
with.
to go faster, and he's got to always get the last word in.
Well, I don't know who
The
I want
fuck
to start
is-
with. Do I want to start with
The
women's
one who
wrestling
said all the
enthusiasts
Asians are dying?
or
Yeah.
tag team matches? Which one do I start? I'll say, Sleazy, you're the women's wrestling enthusiast.
Fine, 19 million stars, but negative 19 million stars because once again, Asians died.
Ron Kids died here.
100%.
Wrong.
Wrong. You got to push the new golden goose of the women's division.
Put her in it then. Should have put her somewhere else. Damage Control, especially with EO losing.
Which is what I thought EO was not going to lose.
Yeah, I
But
didn't
we'll
think
get
he
to
was
that.
going to lose.
Okay, star rating.
Oh,
Sleazy.
2.
2. Heavy G, talk about it.
Ron Kid died.
Wrong.
2.
Okay, match for a house show.
Once again, he's got to get his
Yeah.
fucking shit in.
'Cause I haven't talked about it yet.
So you got to say wrong? Really?
Yeah, wrong. Underrated piece of shit. I got to get the spots in. It's okay, match for a house show.
This is going to be fun talking about the rest of this show, it seems like.
Intercontinental Championship, Gunther versus Sami Zayn. I mean, we could talk about the important ones, but like these ones, we got to go quick. 15 minutes.
What,
This
the
one,
6 women?
yeah, no one
wasn't
cares
it-
about that. Name a better combination. Asians plus losing at WrestleMania. Go. What's better than that?
Asians plus losing titles at WrestleMania.
Those getting choked
Asians
like
and
Kane.
losing 914-day streaks at WrestleMania. Asians and having the
AJ Styles in the
longest,
dick.
now the longest reigning losing streak at WrestleMania because R-Truth now broke his. Yeah, I could do the hits too.
15 minutes to 30 seconds. Can't get this 4.5 stars. I want to hear from Heavy G first on the Intercontinental match.
5 stars. I love it. I love the fact that it showed just Sami Zayn just doing it. I love the fact that he did the brain buster. I don't think I've seen it before in him doing that in WWE. The fact that he broke that out, having to break that out to beat him, was fantastic. I was surprised to see it. I'm like, and then because my friend Steve was like, "What the hell was that?" I'm like, "Brain buster!"
Dropping him on his goddamn head is what it
I
was.
loved it. I absolutely loved it. 5 stars. I mean, it was just great. The punishment, I think the whole match just came together. It was awesome. I loved the homage to the little homage to Rocky there, with in the beginning when he said when Gable said to him, "You owe me a favor." I like it. I the whole thing with it. And I was just getting ready for him to say, all he had to do was say, "What favor?" That's all I needed. I thought it was a great match. 5 stars. I thought it had everything. I loved it.
Sleazy.
Wow. you throw me under that. 4 stars. I thought it was. No, don't get me wrong. I thought it was great. For me, it was kind of strange.
So can I ask you a question?
Yes.
For me, it felt like the pacing of the match seemed
Yeah.
very weird.
I get where they were going with it, but and this is one of the bigger offenders. But I'll talk about this in the beginning of night 2. Fuck your finish. But I think that the pacing kind of threw everything off for me. But once again, this is a Gunther match. What's his finish? You know what I mean? So anything could potentially keep Sammy down. So there's this kind of setup where you're not really seeing a normal string of spots. It's not a normal WWE match in that respect, which is fine. That difference is good always, but it also kind of throws you off a little bit. The other big thing that threw me off was Sammy winning. Mm-hmm. I did not expect Sammy to win here. 100%.
They telegraphed that so much to where I'm like, he ain't winning.
Well, not only that, I thought that when he won the first number 1 contendership for it, he got booed.
Because they wanted Gable.
They wanted Gable. And I guess what's that?
Fickle. Just fans.
Where's Bryan Danielson when you need him, fuckers? I think part of the reason why that was the case was not just that Gable not winning, but also the fact that, and this is going to sound so strange saying it this way, but
they didn't think Sammy would win.
That's part of it, but the other part is that that is the main part of it, but not in the way that you would normally state. I thought that Sammy was above losing to the IC title. You know what I mean? Because a year ago, he was fighting and almost winning against Roman fucking Reigns. You know what I mean? And I think that's why people started booing, because everyone thought he was going to get fed to Gunther. So 1 year, he's winning one of the biggest matches of his career. A month before that, he was challenging for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. And this month, he's going to lose to the IC title. That's why I think he got booed. And that's why I think a lot of people thought, well, it's a done deal. He's not winning here. And they're doing a great job of building Sammy up to take the loss. And then he didn't take the loss.
So people just assume something was going to happen.
Of course. There's a lot of assumptions on this fucking card. Just a quick question before we continue. How does everyone like MJF's new opening on WWE TV?
So good.
No?
So good.
Okay.
It was so good. Absolutely phenomenal. I loved it. Same reigning piece of shit. 4 stars. Yeah, I thought it was a great match. Didn't think Gunther would lose. Like I said, I thought they telegraphed it to where they're like, oh, Sammy's the underdog. He's the underdog. He's the underdog. He's the underdog. So I'm like, okay, he's winning. But I don't think they're not going to pull the trigger. They pulled the trigger. And I said to you, if Gunther loses, he has to be the first challenger to Cody, right?
I would say yeah.
Like, he has to be. So
herein lies our guessing and speculation to that and everything else coming up. Draft. Cody is technically now a SmackDown superstar.
Yes.
Gunther is a Raw superstar.
Yes.
I'm just looking at when the next WWE pay-per-view is before it.
There is none.
Backlash.
The draft is like a week before Backlash.
So
yeah, but you know how they'll do that. They'll like,
right.
Oh yeah, but you get one shot at Backlash to do
which
this,
I hate that they do that. Just finish what you need to do at the pay-per-view, and then that Raw start the draft.
But sometimes they do that. They've moved people because of. So like, I don't hate it because there's a method to their madness because they do kind of do that.
Like it's worked or something.
It's not real to me, damn it.
And that's
Ryan,
the one in France.
Or Dietz Ryan. I know you guys didn't talk about it, so go ahead. One of you.
Go ahead, Ryan.
I love the match, and for as much as my scorecard, I can't remember. I'll bring it up because I don't know if I had the same thing on it. WrestleMania Night 1. On the scorecard, I had Gunther winning. Then when we did our one for money, I wrote down Sammy winning. So I changed my option that way. See that? That would have been 5 points. That was my fucking ring and my gift card. Fuck sakes. I want to tell you it's not a 5-star match, but I don't know how.
Here, I got years of practice. Ready? Here we go.
No, I don't want, but that's what I mean. Like, for me, as soon as you said it, I started thinking back to it and thinking of how the storyline was going in there, how the match quality was, how everything kind of went, and
exactly.
Cool. So here's how you say it's not a 5-star match. Heavy G. It's not a 5-star match. There you go. Done.
Look at this asshole. Okay, I'm gonna defend Heavy G here.
No, I can see why you think it's a 5-star match. I was just
because
I can see it. Again, this is opinion based. I don't think it's a 5-star match. You don't think it's a 5-star match. He does. Good for him.
Yeah, and I think for everyone that takes away from this show is going to be that this show is a definite Triple H style show because it was more of a 3-ring circus than other WrestleManias.
Yeah.
And I'll say that.
Deets.
Yeah. Like I said before, pacing for me was just, it felt off and it felt weird. Overall, I also gave it 4 stars. I appreciated everything. I dug the finish, got it right on the scorecard, but I still thought the wrong kick died. So I thought Gunther should have retained, but hey, it is what it is.
His reign number of days is going to be super easy to remember.
666, right?
666.
Yeah.
And that's why they should have gave it one more, but he's the mark of the beast.
All right, main event night 1. Yo, dog, I heard you like tag team matches.
I do.
The Rock and Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins. 44 minutes and 35 seconds. John Kane gave us 3 3/4. Ryan, you're the tag team wrestling enthusiast.
It seemed long, and then when you put a number to it after and you realize how actually long it was, it's crazy. But I didn't hate that match by any stretch. Yes, long, but I knew it was going to be long. There was going to be shenanigans. There was going to be tomfoolery. There was going to be poppycock and fuckery and all of it. Because you knew
fuckery.
Both main events were going to be ridiculous like that. Predictable doesn't make it bad, but this match was very, very predictable.
Yes.
Ruined it for some people. Didn't ruin it for me because, okay, but it's just, where are they going? They treated that match like a fucking WrestleMania main event match.
WrestleMania Saturday went 4 hours, 7 minutes, and 7 seconds.
4 hours for a pay-per-view is not a bad time.
It's an AEW show.
No, it's not. AEW's 5.
AEW is a 7-hour.
AEW is 5, and then you got.
Oh, okay.
But in the defense of AEW, they don't have as many pay-per-views, so they're trying they're
just
going to pay-per-view a month like us.
Oh, that fell. They're gonna be doing it. They're gonna go to 12, 100%. They're starting to do it now. Anyway, I'll go next. I'm very interested. I gave it 3.5 stars. I thought it was really good, but it went too damn long. Shave 20 minutes off this?
Fuck off.
Nah, it's the main event.
So?
You
still got a 25-minute match there at a main event.
Gotta go at least 30.
You have to. But
it's
no, I thought it was.
If you're at a main event at Mania, 30 plus is what I was expecting for each main event.
Okay. Anyway, still too goddamn long. I'm still saying shave 20 minutes off of it, and it'll be better.
You didn't need to shave it off the match, though. I'm surprised you were specifically looking at all this information. An hour went from the time Gunther and
Yes.
Sammy.
The entrances were what, 15 minutes?
Any amount of time out of that. This match was perfect the way it was.
Yeah, a whole hour went between them. All right. I got the main event times for these two. I'm looking up the previous ones. Okay. No, go ahead. Someone talk about Sleazy. Go ahead.
I'll burst a little bit of your bubble. Outside of the Royal Rumble matches themselves, this is the longest match that WWE's produced this year, as well as New Japan.
Wow.
So
last year, main event of night 1, 24 minutes, 15 seconds. Fuck you, Deets. Anyway.
Well, no, it's in the realm of 30. As long as
what was...
I said 25!
Near 30.
And you were bitching at me for saying that.
Wait a second. What was night 2?
30-something.
33 minutes? Or are you talking about last year?
Last year was 34, 35. This year, I'll say it did go over 30.
Okay, and I'm not going to go back and take a look at 2022. And before that, it was kind of... I mean...
I'll go back to
WrestleMania
2022.
Well, there's no point because we're just starting to get back into regular wrestling at that point.
Yeah.
But I guess this match was not for me. Okay, there's the reality of this. I thought the match was stupid to begin with. I thought it made no sense from a kayfabe perspective. And I'm not going to rehash it here.
Fight again.
Right, and I'm not going to rehash it either. Go back and listen to last week's show if you want to hear more about that. That being said, way too fucking long. I wouldn't go 20 minutes, but I'd definitely shave off at least 10. It did not need to be 45 minutes of in-ring action, and I think it made it a detriment. I think they spent too much time. How should I put this? Working the crowd in ways that didn't matter to an 80,000 seat arena.
I think, and I will actually...
72,000 seat arena.
I will actually play devil's advocate on that because it was freezing cold and super late. So I think they were trying to work the crowd on purpose to try to get them into the match.
Yeah, but that doesn't help when you're trying to work the crowd of that size doing the stuff they were doing.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All the times that Rock did the Mama Rhodes bit, all the stuff that they did out and around the ring that really didn't matter. They had to go fucking out in the crowd, but in places that it made no difference whatsoever to any place else because you couldn't really see it all that well if you were inside the arena. You're looking at 1 out of 4 screens up above, so you're completely fucked otherwise. You know, for us sitting at home, it was a little bit better, but once again, it wasn't for us, some of the stuff there. So it's like, I had a hard time trying to figure a rating for this because of that. So I ended up landing on 3.5 stars.
The same that I gave it.
Yeah, it's I don't know. It's
all right.
Honestly, I could have been persuaded to 4. I could have been persuaded to 3 even, because it's such a I could see the argument for both. Right. You know.
Heavy G.
I gave it 3 stars. Way too long, like you said. It could have been 30 minutes. I didn't like the shenanigans. I could see it a little bit, but basically have it be bloodline rules. I didn't like that. And Cody was off. Missing those 2 cutters the way he did was absolutely hopeless.
So
the second cutter he missed, he almost did basically a front cutter the way he missed it. I mean,
so I read online a review of this match where it said 3 of these people knew they were wrestling the next night and didn't want to get hurt, while the 4th one had a major Hollywood career where he didn't want to ruin. So they were all playing to where they played it safe. So if he had to make it look like shit for a few spots and not get hurt, so be it.
I just
Nature of the
it
beast.
It made it look hard to me. It's the main event of WrestleMania. They just.
And by the way, I disagree with that. By the way, not you. Well, the online reviewer. I disagree with that. By the way. So I mean, you're in the main event of WrestleMania. I don't care if it's night 1 or night 2. You got to work. That's WWE's fault for booking that match.
Yeah,
so they should have went out there and just gave it all out both nights. In my opinion,
yeah, I mean, like I said, when they have to make it look, it's almost like a shoulder tackle. It's like, yeah, because he completely whiffed on the second one. Like I said, the bloodline rules. Basically, I'm like, oh, is this bloodline rules for this match too? I mean, I get it, the story part, but and then Cody is screwed. Come on, just 3 stars. Just
the commentary team has to sell it.
Yeah, I'm okay with Cole putting it over.
And I do like the callbacks to last year, where Sleazy said it during. We'll talk about the main event of night 2, where he's like, "Don't have the crossroads near the ropes, you idiot."
Yeah.
And then
one of the boys pointed out something about that too. It's not that he does them near the ropes. He goes to hit 3 in a row. When he goes to hit 3, he's fucked.
Mm-hmm.
And then,
the third one's always near the ropes because he keeps spinning over towards the ropes.
Yeah. And then him sitting in the ring with Rock and Roman from callback from last year. So I liked that aspect of it too.
The pieces of the match were good. The match itself really wasn't as good as it should have been. And I will say, to Fat Man's point there, should we be booking people both nights?
No, I don't think so. Deets.
Yeah, this gets the old Deets special, folks. 3.75. Here we go. The first thing that completely threw me off, as you know, like my favorite thing in wrestling is literally an entrance. I love entrances. They're supposed to be grandiose here. When I saw The Rock walk out in bell bottoms, I'm like, what the fuck is this? I'm like, we're doing Saturday Night Live? Like, you already did this, like, in a show, like, 7 years ago, and you danced around, and you looked like a moron. Like,
hey, be cool.
If you want to do the whole throwback Rock, come out in the black jumper that he wore when he got the titty surgery.
Yeah.
Come out
titty
with that.
surgery jumper.
Give me the black jumpsuit, the black pants. Give me that Rock. Not bell bottoms and Versace jacket wearing, vest wearing. It threw me off.
Okay.
Match itself didn't have a problem with the length because it continued the story for the next day. So I was okay with that. The only thing that I didn't like is Fat Man mentioned earlier, they played it safe. So you could clearly tell. Mm-hmm. So 3.75 for me.
All right, Ryan, did you talk about it?
I thoroughly enjoyed the main event. The only thing I think you really could have cut out of that, they cut your time thing that you want, is the brawling through the crowd. Yeah. Everything else, ringside, you could have just brawled ringside. Would have been less. There's how you cut your couple of minutes off. But besides that, I love that match. It was deadly. And again, predictability doesn't mean it's bad. You knew who was going to win.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think any of us said that the match result was a problem.
No.
I don't think.
It was the right call.
It was the right call.
For me,
especially if you watch Raw the next time, I know Sleaze does watch the product. Basically, Rock came out during Cody's promo and was like, yeah, you beat Roman, great, but I pinned you.
Right.
So basically, they set up a future match between Cody and Rock, which I'm fine with.
Why did he give him?
A piece of the... What's that?
The watch.
No, absolutely not. Piece of the lay. 100% a piece of the lay. Because he stated it specifically that you would know what it is without even opening your hand.
Don't ever break my heart again.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
He's returning to a necklace. Well, so, okay. I felt like night 1 to me, I was just waiting for night 2. Wasn't bad. Enjoyed night 1. Lots of great moments on it that I can think back to and be like, cool, that happened. But like, as an overall, it was just, okay, night 2 is when shit's going to get real good.
So, can I steal your gimmick for a minute?
Yeah.
Off the top of your head, who was your MVP of night 1?
A-Town Down Under.
No.
The shock that Buzz, they shut up 70,000 people. You could hear a pin drop.
Mm-hmm. I don't know if that's a good or bad thing.
The streak, the moment, like the streak being broken, like that. Holy shit, that happened. If that had been pretty deadly, like
no one would have cared as much.
When they went for the Raw tag belts, they were booing then, but they didn't really boo when they were going up because they're like, no, somebody's definitely stopping this. Somebody's going to stop this. It's like that meme. Somebody's going to stop this, right?
I think the main event of night 1 was, or not the main event, the MVP of night 1 was Sami Zayn. I think he came out a bigger star than what he came in as. I think ending that streak because it was unexpected.
To me, it's Gunther putting over Sami Zayn.
Okay,
that's a good one. I guess.
It's my pick.
Nick Aldis.
Fucking Mark.
for me, it is the former NWA two-time heavyweight champion, R-Truth. The hot tag spot popped me like nobody.
Oh, that was great.
And my kid's looking at me because I'm laughing like a banshee, like just looking at me weird. She's like, "What's so funny?"
Dude, for those of us who watch the product, not expect him to pop up with the Raw title, with the Raw tag belt in the Judgment Day segment.
So good.
And it just come out, and I laughed so fucking hard. I was like, this is amazing. And then that whole we'll talk about the weekly for a second. Oh, you can't see our partner. As soon as he said it, I knew right away. I was like, he's gonna be seeing it. It's gonna be deadly. You sure it's not little Jimmy? No, man, you can see him. Yeah, fuck.
Yeah, so good. All right, let's transition into night 2, which started with the World Heavyweight Championship. Seth Rollins defends against Drew McIntyre. 10 minutes, 36 seconds. Can't give us 3.5. I want to start with Sleazy because he's going to say 3 words.
Fuck your finish.
Thank you.
God damn, pal. If there was one thing I could complain about the entire show, top to bottom, both nights, is how many finishers got kicked out of. When you start doing that, you fall into ECW territory, where one chair shot used to pop the crowd. Now it's 2 chair shots. Now it's 3 chair shots. Tear shots. Wow. Now it's 4 chair shots. Now it's Sleazy's concussed because he took 8 chair shots and a flaming table spot, and it's not popping the crowd anymore. And it's the same. It got worse even throughout the 2 nights, to the point where people weren't popping after people's first finishers were being hit.
And you know that most times, unless it's a super protected finish.
My suggestion is that they shouldn't be doing that.
Nope.
They really shouldn't be. But it's a complaint. It's an old school complaint, maybe, I guess. I don't know. How many fucking, point being is this was a 10-minute match and 7 finishers got kicked out of.
And 1 was no-sold.
And 1 was completely no-sold.
Yep.
That
on a table.
2 stars, guys. What the hell? It did its job because spoiler, Seth died, but
when you say stuff like that, it did its job. I feel like, statistically speaking, if it did its job, it should at least be okay match for house show.
Not always.
No,
If it did its job,
not always.
It did its job poorly. That's the thing.
You can have a shit match, but it did its job of putting this guy over.
Right. Well, it did its job in the fact that the person won the match to be screwed later. But the match itself was not good in doing it.
Ryan.
I was just waiting for the cash in. Better, and I'll state it a better way. I was waiting / hoping for the cash in. Because of the rumors of, I like that idea, and Triple H kind of had that old school booking idea. It's come across at times. Can you imagine if Cody had won the main event and had his moment, and his fucking wife's there, and the dog's there, and Priest comes out and does what Moose did to Josh Alexander? You know what I mean? Like, in my mind, what a fucking closing WrestleMania moment that would have been.
That's what I thought was going to happen.
I know. I was insane of the waiting / hoping for the Priest thing. See, look, an example where you were wrong. Ha! And it's recorded for you, Sleazy.
Yeah. Oh, don't you worry. I've got a clip show ready to go.
Just for that one clip, 3 seconds long. I think in anticipating and waiting for the cash in might have affected me a little bit here. I didn't hate that insane amount of F1. That's what I'm going with. I didn't hate the insane amount of Claymore kicks. Because Seth Rollins, as a person, has been proven to be finisher ready. Like, he can eat them. You got to hit him with a bit. Like, he's proven that in his career.
I'm going to go to Deets.
Yeah, I kind of enjoyed this, fellas. So, this was a good opener, at least in my opinion. I gave it 3. So 3 stars. I was actually kind of hoping as soon as he hit him with the first Claymore right off the bat, I thought Sheamus, Daniel Bryan right over again. I'm like, fuck me. I was gonna lose my shit. And then thank the God he kicked out. Cash in. I appreciated it because it got Punk involved, which he wore his brace to it. Like, I appreciated it.
So
spent all weekend not wearing the
brace, and then where's it coming out?
Yeah,
you knew the brace was going to get involved.
And all of a sudden, he's got that big old hunker on his arm.
Yep. So you knew something was going to happen.
Knew something was going on. So I appreciated the continuance of that. But yeah, this was a good starter for me. 3, like, good opener, good work.
You kind of got to talk about this as a segment overall because it technically is 2 matches in the
right.
Yeah, like me that if I'm really just thinking about the match itself, it's below 2.5. With the cash in, I'm adding the cash in with it. So that's where I set it my 3. Because it ended up making a nice moment for Priest, who I'll bluntly say it, mark for Priest.
Heavy G.
Gave it 3.5 stars. I said in our preview show that this was going to happen, that Rollins was going to get hurt night 1, McIntyre was going to win it, Punk was somehow going to get involved, and then Priest was going to cash it in. I have a question. Those that little British thing that they play music in, what's it called?
Bagpipe.
No. That's Scottish. It's just a little. It's called a fife.
A skin flute.
No, it's called a fife. So that's what Jess and I were saying all night. Fife. FYF. Fuck your finish. You're saying that all night long on night 2. Yeah. That was amazing. The cash-in was awesome. Unbelievable. I'm so glad to see Priest finally get the cash in and win his title. I love the fact that freaking McIntyre. When McIntyre did this, to freaking Punk.
Doing it all weekend.
I loved it. And then Punk just said, okay, sweep the leg. And then the clothesline.
Get him.
The clothesline with the brace was absolutely phenomenal. Look, if Fatman's getting ready to put his brace on now.
Yeah, to take it off.
Getting ready to clothesline somebody. But I thought a great way for Punk to get involved, screw McIntyre, have the cash in, have the WrestleMania moment. I think it was perfect.
Batman.
Absolutely perfect.
Yeah.
Batman.
What?
I have breaking news.
I know. Freaking Jackson Holiday got called up. Way to manipulate service time, Orioles. Yay. I also gave this 3.5 stars. I thought it was really good, but also fuck your finish. Priest catching in, good call, Heavy G. I thought it'd be at the end of the night, not the beginning. Good for him. I really like for him from being Punishment Martinez and Ring of Honor to where he is now is absolutely phenomenal. So good for him. I really do like that. Seska takes some time off, well deserved. So, yeah.
The best part of the match, in my opinion, we didn't realize happened until after the match, which was Drew McIntyre live tweeting, "I fucking hate this job," or "I hate this job. This job's boring," and then right after him losing, him just saying "fuck."
Didn't he tweet "bored at work"? LOL.
Yeah, that's what it was. I couldn't remember exactly the phrasing he used.
Yeah. All right. Yo, Doggers, like tag team matches.
I do.
Philly Street Fight, The Pride versus The Final Testament, 8 minutes, 35 seconds. Can't give us an okay match for a house show. Ryan, you're tag team wrestling enthusiast.
Remember my description about the LWO versus the Boys? How it was a fluffer match and it was good?
Yep.
To me, this was better because I got a little Dudley Boy action into it as well. But this is exactly what this was.
As soon as Bubba Ray Dudley came down, I'm like, there's no way the Final Testament is winning this match. Three, I thought it was a good match, but Ron Kids died. Just the Final Testament needed to win more, but
Without question.
DT.
Yeah. I had zero expectations for this, even with me being a cross mark.
Well, by the way, I posted in the chat and I had to say this. Karrion Kross is morphing into Silas Young, and I'm fucking for it.
Which is A-okay.
I am for it.
Yes.
What how do we normally put this? Over delivered. I appreciated it. It was good. It had the beginning was great, where they just started literally beating the snot out of each other with fucking kendo sticks. That was fucking cool. Seeing the girls actually get involved and had their own little table spot. That was great.
People forget that Scarlett's actually a trained wrestler.
Yeah, Scarlett can go.
Mm-hmm.
So I really appreciated her actually getting involved again. Yeah, this is 3.5 for me, boys. I really like this match.
Sleazy.
It's funny because I don't actually remember who made the parallel. I think it was Ryan did. This is exactly what I wanted for a fluffer match. You know, this is everything I wanted in that type of match. The Lucha match was not for me, I guess, but this absolutely was. Fucking ECW callbacks, having Bubba Ray Dudley,
and a street fight. Watch.
Right?
You got to do a lot to fuck that up.
Right? And they sure as hell didn't. The only problem I had with the match, Ron Kids died. But once again, once you have Bubba Ray Dudley out there and you had, you're going to get that face pop for the finish. So be it.
I was
whatever.
kind of praying for another ECW alumnus to appear.
Sandman?
Well, either Sandman or Rhino. I really wanted Rhino to appear.
Rhino's with Impact. I don't.
I know.
Well,
but
listen, it's
they
precedent,
called
so they could have done it.
They could have
Sandman.
done Dreamer.
God, it'll take him fucking 40 minutes to get to the ring.
Well,
yeah,
that's the
that's
thing.
my problem. I wanted somebody that's still quasi-active. Rhino can still fucking move.
But he signed to TNA.
Yeah.
Would they have done a one-off? Maybe.
Yeah.
But I don't think it would have been worth the pop.
No.
But that being said, having Bubba Ray Dudley there was pretty cool. And yeah,
What a glow up for him. I've said that in the
Right.
chat. Goes to BCW, that horrible event that you guys went to, and then ends up in night fucking 2. What a glow.
Did more there than he did at the show.
yeah.
Oh, Sean thought it was weird he came to the ring without his glasses on.
They wanted to do the. They
They
don't
want
want
to
to
do
do the
the-
spot.
the-
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's the whole, hey, it's time to get serious. Let's
Putting
go.
on glasses got to pop.
It did. It
I really
absolutely
thought
did.
Yvonne was behind Cross, and Cross walks into a 3D. No,
Oh, no.
Devon can't fucking
No.
walk.
No.
he can't walk. He can't walk.
No, he blew up walking to the
Izzy,
ring.
what was your start rating?
Al, he couldn't walk when he wrestled for us back all those years ago for Diva. Can you only imagine now?
Oh, it was
Oh
hard.
yeah, he was weeks off of surgery.
Yeah.
He
Back surgery.
literally couldn't do the headbutt spot at BCW. He had Bubba Ray do it.
Yeah.
And to be fair here, I gave this 3 3/4, by the way. This was only 8.5 minutes long. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
This was a nice little fucking tight piece. Whatever.
And had the table spot gone right, it would have been even shorter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Heavy G.
I shit on this match so much in our preview show. I gave it, although the wrong kids died, I gave it 3.5 stars. I absolutely loved it. As much as I shit on it and said, who the fuck cares? Who the fuck cares who wins? Why the fuck they have the match? This was better than it should have been. I loved it. I thought it was great. I just, like I said, I think the Final Testament should have gotten the win. It would have helped them a little bit better. Like I said, seeing Bubba Ray kind of just like, yeah, fuck that. But no, I just think that it wouldn't have hurt. It wouldn't have hurt. What'd you call them? The Pride? Is it the Pride that they are?
Pride. Yeah.
I don't think you would have hurt them at all for them to lose that match. No. But 3.5 stars. It was a great match for as long as it was. I agree with Sleazy. For as short as it was, there's a lot of action involved in it. I thought it was pretty good.
Okay. AJ Styles versus L.A. Knight.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
12 minutes and 25 seconds. Canton gave this 3 1/4. I gave it 3.
Yeah.
I thought it was a good match.
48 yes during the match. What in the fuck?
I want to point out, what was my score on that?
47.
It was 47. Spoiler.
Anyway, yeah, I thought the match was good. Right Kid died. Basically it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Streamlabs being cray.
Yeah.
It's a bot. That's Vindigo. Yes, we allow Yaz in chat.
Yes. Sorry, I'm producing this. Let's go to Ryan.
I'm producing this. Oh shit.
Ryan,
Yes, sir.
for the 3rd time.
We only heard you once.
Hello? Am I muted?
He's dying over there. I don't know what's going on with him. I guess he wants you to do it.
Yes.
Um,
Did he lose audio? Anyway, Heavy G, go
Can you
ahead.
hear me now?
Yes.
yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay. I enjoyed the match. I think they're a little too late on on what they want to do with LA Knight now, and they should have bid at SummerSlam in this terms of a high profile win.
Okay, I can see it.
Like I get he won that Royal Rumble, or the Slim Jim one, like the Battle Royal. So he has it there, and it was a big moment. But depending on where he goes on the draft and who the mid card champion is, I would say what his next progression is going to be. But
Yeah, I can see that.
AJ's
away
on
from
his way. I'll
Sammy.
give him another title run, or give him another world title feud program, because I don't think we got AJ for much longer.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You're absolutely right on that.
Right.
I believe this match was to rehab LA Knight from the damage that he took from the bloodline.
Mm-hmm.
From that perspective.
From obscurity.
What's that?
He revived him from obscurity.
Yes. Yes, absolutely. It was fine. Match was fine. 3 stars. Fine.
Heavy G.
Same. Good match. I give it 3 stars. Do you think he needs a title soon?
No. I actually disagree with the fact that he needs to be in any title hunt right now. I think that he can do... I think he works better in that situation where he's like upper mid card, where he's bouncing around between different people, because he can put a lot of things together without needing to worry about title matches and stuff like that. He's just such a good talker that he can put pretty much anyone on the map.
Yeah, better being the chaser than the chasee, I guess.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. DJ.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah?
No.
All right, good enough.
Maybe.
No. Please tell me y'all actually like this.
Yeah, he did.
It was fine. I said it was fine.
You gave it 3
One
stars.
bowl
That's a
of
good
water.
match.
Well, I mean,
2.
not that far away.
2 stars. Like, it's...
Okay, maybe you are.
So you're saying 1 star is not much of a difference? So anybody calls a match 4 star, I should start bitching and saying, why isn't it a 5 star
Well,
match?
he said a warm bowl of water, so I thought he meant 2.5.
No, it's
That's
a
an okay
straight
match
2
for
me.
house show.
This almost... If it was for Jimmy and Jay earning my poop emoji of the weekend, this was almost there. I liked... And
You
honestly,
liked-
I thought the wrong kid died.
No, you're
I thought
wrong.
AJ deserved to go over.
No.
Where's he
LA
going
Knight.
from here?
I think they needed the win more.
So I just wish AJ was elevated to a higher level.
Okay,
But that's-
but like you said,
I did not care for this match. Wasn't a fan. Not a fan.
Okay.
I just didn't. I didn't care for it. 2
All
stars.
right. All that was okay because it was in a
3-way.
for the United States title. Logan Paul defends against Randy Orton and Kevin Owens. 17 minutes 40 seconds. Kent gave this 3 stars. Sleazy loves triple threat matches.
No. There's my answer.
All right. Star rating, no. Got it. All right. Cool. Sweet. Ryan.
Since Bayley didn't have the Bayley buddies, I think KO driving back up the ramp to pick up Orton and bring him down was entrance of the year for me.
Yes, without question.
Yes.
Oh, but-
Without question.
and then the boys being the boys, he goes for the RKO. You see Orton. I'm sorry. Owen's like, are we just going to do this now? Yeah, we're going to do it now? Okay. Let's go.
Let's do it.
yeah.
Those are literally the only spots that I liked in the match.
All right. So
I'm good, though, man. I knew Logan Paul was winning.
Yeah.
Well, apparently, I want the Slim Jim car. No. And granted, hey, I like LA Knight. LA Knight,
Yeah.
Maryland guy.
Yeah.
I didn't like the match.
All right, Sleazy, what you really rated besides no?
Oh, 3 stars. It was fine. A lot of cool bits to begin with. It was fine. It wasn't bad, but it was just like, okay, cool. There are a couple, like the beginning of the match was fun.
Mm-hmm.
It was, but once you got into the
triple threat aspect,
the actual triple threat parts,
that's
it was
Sleazy
like,
checks out of the match.
Yep. No, excuse me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Heavy G.
3 stars. I like the beginning part. I love Randy was like, "Yeah, sure," and then him holding that, he's like, I think he really got frightened because he's like, "Slow down." He was holding on to that bar for life. But the beginning part was fun, and then when he first spun KO to do the RKO on him, and he's like, kind of my thing, It's like, but yeah, but someone's got to take that title off of Logan Paul. I mean,
SummerSlam. Well, I said SummerSlam before, but honestly, if he's around like full time like he is now, anyways, no reason you can't take him off at another pay per view.
but who?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. I thought this was a 4-star match. I really enjoyed it. Thought it was another great match. I had Logan Paul winning, and then I was a dick and changed it to Kevin Owens. Even though the Prime logo was right in the middle of the ring, was a clear indication of who was going to win that one. But no, I really liked it. So, yeah. Deece, you talk about it?
No, I have not. Yeah, 4 stars for me as well. Definitely had Logan winning this. I mean, poster child on the freaking. I mean, Prime was everywhere that weekend.
Yeah.
At the same time, every time this kid steps into the ring, he does something different. The whole swanton into the frog splash little set, that got me up out of the chair. That was fucking cool. I love the buddy combo between KO and Randy.
I need more of that.
Yeah, I need more of that.
Where he was showing him how high to get Logan Paul up.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's like, oh, I see it now. Okay.
And what WWE is really getting smart now and adding these influencers midway through the match. They did KSI and Raw, and now they brought out ISHO Speed. Like, Speed's a big time streamer. Like, almost as
eyes on product.
So for me, it was just I loved it. Great match. Right kid won. 4-star.
Sean, I don't think he makes $5 million a year. Not from WWE.
No, but from everything else he does.
Yeah. I mean, he probably makes $5 million a year off endorsements and his YouTube channel, but from WWE,
well, out of Prime, he's probably making that just off of that, and probably more.
Yeah.
That's a fair thing.
$1 million right now.
Well, they're finding it in Dollar Tree right now, so
yeah.
But I mean, Logan, like I said, I'd like to see him be more prevalent, but like you said, he does so many good things in that ring that he shouldn't be able to do.
Sean, who said he signed a 3-year contract for $15 million? Meltzer? No.
It was thrown. That number was thrown around a bunch of times.
I have seen that as well.
Is it true? Maybe. WWE is a public company, so if you really want to dig into it, you probably find the actual numbers. I don't know if it's actually 100% accurate though. It might be that it's 15 million if you include potential merchandise and stuff like that.
Yeah,
too.
and yeah. All right.
I'm just not saying it's not true,
right?
But it might be inflated artificially because of how contracts work in WWE.
How is your girlfriend?
WWE Women's Championship. Io Sky defends against Bayley. 14 minutes 20 seconds. Ken gave this 3-3. Ken gave this the D special.
3.3.
Sleazy, you're the women's wrestling enthusiast.
Hogan's got to pose. Roddy Piper's got to blow fire extinguishers into people's faces. And Asians got to lose at WrestleMania. Fuck me. What the hell, guys? We knew it was coming, but there's always a bit in my heart where it just dies every time. That being said, the match was good. There were a lot of interesting callbacks. There were a lot of having Bayley try and pin her with Bayley to belly was nice. I liked the fact that Bayley came out as like an Egyptian goddess. That was cool.
But no Bayley buddies.
No Bayley buddies. That was a
music.
Bad sign. The music was great. New music. I like that. But yeah, all Asians dying this weekend made me sad.
Star rating?
Oh, 3.5.
I gave it 4. I thought it was another really great match. I 100% thought Io was winning. Like, I did not. I thought Damage Control was going to at least win one of these matches, but clearly not. Yeah, like I said.
Yeah.
Like Susie said, Asians got to lose at WrestleMania. So
Asians got a raisin.
Yep.
They don't raisin. I know this.
Yeah, Fat Man, I'm definitely in agreement with you. 4 stars. Really dug the ending where she literally threw the book at Io to finally finish her off, which I respect that. I mean, it showed that Io was a legit title holder. I do agree, Wrong Kid kind of died because I was not expecting Bayley to win. But I appreciated the overall just match of everything. Everything flowed well. The only thing that I wish that would have happened was Damage Control interfering. So Bayley could get her comeuppance on everything.
Yeah, scorecard, I picked yes. Should have said no. It's stupid. 3 points, dude. Of all, like, you know what I mean? And Deets, you finished second because you weren't here when we first announced this.
Oh, I know. I finished fucking second, and what fucked me is...
Any one pick, dude. 3 points. Any one of those stupid sidebacks. Dickhead, imagining to call the fucking match for the main event for the time. Like, fuck ye.
Well, I
wanted my ring on bitter, damn it.
For, on the main. I can't remember what it was.
That's why I suck at the scorecards. That way I don't have all that bitterness and shit.
No, it makes it fun.
Hey, at least with the combined card, I beat fucking Al. Fuck Al.
Heavy G.
4 stars. I didn't think Bayley was going to win it either. I thought it was going to be... I thought Damage Control was going to come down. I thought Bayley was going to get screwed by somebody from Damage Control. I thought it was going to be Dakota Kai. The spots that I loved in the match, I loved Io's counter of the rose plant at toward the end of the match.
The front flip?
The front flip.
Somersault?
That was freaking amazing.
Cool.
That was really good. The Bayley to bellies, the one from was it the second rope she did it on. Yeah, I mean that was a really, really good match. I don't know if the Wrong Kid died there. It was nice to see Bayley win, but now I think it's going to be to see Bayley go through Damage Control one by one. Now it's going to be almost like how Orton went through the Nexus one by one. I think this is going to be. It's going to. Huh?
It's a deep cut, man.
Oh,
Sorry.
sorry.
Okay.
Sorry, but I think it's going to be. You're going to see that like come after her one at a time, and that's how they're going to try to build Bayley up. Is just she's going to
destroying Asians one by one. Yeah, I get it. Heavy G.
All right, Ryan.
I get it.
I wasn't shocked that Bayley won. I was figuring it was happening. My takeaway was because on the board we were betting on, the thing I was talking about, the Chris one earlier, our illegal gambling one, my daughter, who was almost 8 months old, would have won had she had picked Bayley, but my near 8-month-old daughter decided to pick Io Shirai.
Well, it sucks because she wasn't in the match.
Yeah.
It was yeah.
She's 7 months old. She doesn't know any better. Fuck.
All right. Bloodline rules for the undisputed WWE Universal Championship. Roman Reigns defends against Cody Rhodes. 33 minutes and 25 seconds. Ken gave this 4.5 stars. Ryan.
5.
Okay.
Everything about this is a whole. Everything. And we're talking 10 years in the making. Everything. 5 fucking stars.
Heavy G.
Loved everything about it. The only thing I would have loved to have seen him do at the end of the match is put Dusty up on the big screen.
They did it the next night, basically.
Yeah, they did. I would love to have seen him when he went up on the second rope and held the title. I would have loved to have seen him put that when Dusty held the title up on the second rope. I think that would have been cool. But other than that, everything, I mean, having him just overcome. But boy, Cena, a cringe moment was for me was watching Cena try to run down that ramp. Boy,
an awkward white man. Let him run.
Brought me back to BCW. I'm like, oh no,
Deets.
Yeah, 5-star match. Like, you couldn't find anything wrong with this match. Minus Rock and Bell on him.
I was going to say Sleazy and I are going to find something wrong in this match.
Maybe.
But the only thing that I wish they would have did, and I hope it still could happen, bring back the winged belt. Cody eyes it, whatever. Just give me the winged belt.
The Winged Eagle.
Yes.
Actually, I can't say what about Solo's clothesline spot with
the Samoan Spike Spear combo? That was pretty fucking badass too.
But no, I'm talking Solo taking the clothesline from Cena, where he turned about a half a minute too early.
Yeah, he was trying to do the Rikishi spot.
Yeah.
Sleazy.
4.5.
What was it missing?
Too much fuckery. That's what I was missing.
So it was missing. It was missing too much fuckery.
Right? No, I
Not enough fucker.
right? Where was my Austin moment here? Fuck you guys.
Where was Ambrose?
Yeah. Where the fuck was Ambrose on this? No, there was a lot of I get why they did it. Okay? Don't get me wrong, I get why they did it, but the parade of people to interfere in the match, that entire spot, didn't like it. Wasn't for me. That's it. Otherwise,
wait.
the
You're
match
an
was.
Undertaker, Mark.
Yes, I am.
And you didn't like this?
Did not like it. I thought it took away. It made it just almost. It proved that The Rock was more important than Roman in the match
To
to an
counter.
extent.
Sean,
This final boss thing. Who can beat the final boss? It's automatic. As soon as you hear the gong, oh fuck, we're screwed.
Undertaker's the real final boss.
No, Sean, not because it's a callback to when they were in the Shield and they wanted to do the spot where, because Rollins turned on Reigns by hitting him with the chair, they just did the reverse.
Right, but that goes a lot deeper. And I actually like that part of it.
Yes.
I didn't need Cena. I didn't need Rock. I didn't need Taker. I needed that.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
But that was awesome. Like for us as fans who watches all of this, to see like Roman finally actually gets is like fuck yes, he gets his comeuppance and he fucking wails him, and then I realize I'm like fuck, he's losing.
Yeah, and that's kind of the point of the entire moment there is that for the first time really in this entire fucking reign of his, Reigns' reign. Okay. He took his eye off the prize and he got punished for it.
Right.
He really got punished for it. And I think they didn't do, if anything, they didn't do a good enough job of making that a bigger moment. Because you almost didn't see it happen. Like having Rollins come in at first. Because all you see is just Reigns just like shoot over out of camera shot. And then next thing you see is Rollins dead on the ground.
Right.
Oh shit!
I think that was just bad camera and like
It was
a horrible camera.
yeah.
it worked out in the end.
Ryan, I heard all shit from you. What's going on in NXT?
So remember how we were talking about Stand and Deliver and saying that the boys should have lost the tag belts at the pay-per-view?
They lost it tonight.
They just lost them, and as soon as Axiom and Nathan Frazier win the belts and they're about to celebrate, Final Testament just showed up and is wrecking everybody.
Like
Nice.
all four of them.
Yeah, AOP's in the ring beating the shit out of new champs. Cross is there. There's Ellerine and Scarlett, yeah.
Fuck yeah.
It's going to be debut week.
Also 4.5 stars.
What was it missing?
Last year's match for them was my match of the year, and I think this was worse. I don't know what it was missing. I can't go 5. I can't.
So you're slightly giving it 4.5.
No, I'm not.
He doesn't have the same feeling like he had the first match.
His loins didn't tingle as much.
They didn't. I think I'm not,
That's what happens when you get older.
Those happen, they don't tingle.
I think
appreciate the
Being the oldest one here, I should know better.
I think
I'll be a step on a Lego.
sorry, Talent PM's kicking in. I think
So are my good penis pill drugs.
Pow chicka pow pow.
I'm okay with the fucktardy at the end. It made sense. It's bloodline rules. You needed that to happen to counteract everyone. But I think it was a little too much fucktardery too. Yeah, I think it was sleazy on that.
How the fuck are we agreeing on this?
I have no clue.
That's
But
scary
the
shit.
fuckery is what made it better.
Overall thoughts on night 2 and the whole show.
If night 1 was better, you'd talk about this as a top 5 Mania of all time.
I agree there. I agree with that. Night 1 was better. I think the Usos match takes night 1 down tremendously. I think if that match could have been as epic as it could have been, I think this would have been one of the top 5.
Because that match happened this weekend, I think it's why I took, because everybody knew there was going to be more bloodline shenanigans between them throughout the weekend.
But they could have made that match so much better.
Sean said he enjoyed this Mania more than last year's. I disagree. I thought last year's was the greatest Mania of all time, in my opinion. So
for me, night 1 was the ultimate setup for night 2. And even Triple H said that. He said night 1 was a perfect setup for night 2. And night 2, like night 1, it had its ebbs and flows, but night 2 fucking just absolutely just crushed it. So I'm with Ryan. Yeah, it's top 5, maybe even top 3 for me.
I disagree with Kevin. The celebration at the end of the final match was too long and very cringy. I
Oh,
think
absolutely not.
No, not at all.
Absolutely not.
I
You
like
spent
how
2
they
years
did.
building that.
Yep.
Yeah, no. That should have continued onto YouTube or something like that.
Cody Raw last night was long and cringy.
Monday, I'll give you that.
I don't. I think the reason why that segment went 45 minutes on Raw last night was The Rock and Cody. They were playing to the crowd.
Yep.
And they were getting heat, and I loved it.
I'll admit, even the Rocksman and gone, motherfucker knows how to go. And as soon as he gets that fucking stick in his hand, it's still fucking magical.
Yeah, we already talked about that. Jay, what did Rock hand him? Sleazy thinks it's a piece of the lay. I think it's like a watch because he gave everyone watches in that match, but whatever.
You know what it could be? And I could be just thinking way out of the box on this. A fucking polka dot.
I mean, that's very good, very possible as well. I mean,
yeah. All right, Sleazy, what's your overall thoughts on?
3 things. I'm just going to talk about the shows together because I think I think you really are, and I think Deeds made this. Both nights were meant to be one show. And we kind of talk about this a lot of times when we do our year-end awards and stuff like that. If we're talking about WrestleMania as an event, it's both nights. This show was more about both nights than previous WrestleManias. Like, the previous WrestleManias were more about, this is a cool card, and then this is a cool card. You know what? But
I'm sorry, I'm laughing at the chat.
Yeah.
Kid popped me. Well
done. But this show had Triple H's fingerprints all over it. They were obviously they were putting over the fact this was the first Mania that under Triple H's regime, blah 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 blah. But it really did feel like it. There was no doubt about that. They didn't have to say that for anybody who had any idea about wrestling knew about that. So many long reigns died this weekend, so it's interesting on how things are going to reset over the next couple of weeks. I thought that was interesting. But the number one thing I want to bring out, and this is why I love professional wrestling, the sheer all over the place with each one of our ratings over the course of the matches, over the course of the night, even when we were talking about it live, it was all over the place because, for lack of a better term, this was truly a 3-ring circus. And I will put over Josh Jenneret till the day I die, but he was always about making sure there was a little bit of something for everybody. And if nothing else, this show delivered something for everybody. If you like DCW, you got Bubba Ray. If you like luchadors, you got luchadors. If you like women's wrestling, it was on here. If you like Joshi style wrestling, it was on here. If you liked epic main event matches, the tag match of night 1, that was for you. If you wanted a little bit of fluffer nutter, you got that as well. You know, there was all sorts of cool stuff here. And I think that the fact that, and with all due respect to everyone in the chat and everyone watching here, I want to point out that there's been many differing opinions in the chat as well as on the show as well. And that just goes to prove the fact that this was just the show for everyone.
All right, let's wrap it up.
Heavy G, put yourself over.
That's me, TBS. Heavy G. You're going to see us and the Batman Hall of Famer and Mark on the best darn sport show, period, 2 this Thursday night at 8 o'clock. We're going to be talking baseball. We're going to talk the completed tournaments for the men and women in the NCAA. We're going to talk football. We do have an upcoming draft show. We're going to be watching the draft live.
Somebody say draft?
First round draft, yes. The NFL draft on the 25th. We're going to have a pop-up show where the 3 of us are going to do our own mock draft for the first round. You're going to want to stay tuned for that. So, some exciting stuff coming up.
Ryan, put yourself over because you know you want to leave.
Physically has to leave, sir. But it's Ryan Buckgotch on Reddit and Twitter. And the Reddit thing of this week was I saw somebody called Damien Priest a bisexual Undertaker, and I haven't stopped laughing since.
Thank you for that. Deets, put yourself over.
On X at Legendary Deets. come find me. I talk shit about Maryland sports and all things MMA, and of course pro wrestling. Love it. Let's fucking go. All of us. I can't wait. Monday was a fucking great fucking banger show. I just want to see more. Give me more. Feed me more. Okay, that's the last time I do that.
Before I go through our normal plugs, I just wanted to say, so for most people who don't realize this, Dietz, Heavy G, Fat Man, and myself all did go to Stand and Deliver. We did have a great time there. This was mainly penance for dragging Heavy G to the BCW show. So he got to at least see one good show that weekend.
Yes.
Or this weekend. But yes, I'm at TWS Sleazy.
Don't have Twitter.
Oh yeah, that's right. Fuck you. We are SleazyFatman on X, Instagram, Threads, TikTok. Please go on over there, give us a like. Videos you can find at twitch.tv/SleazyFatman, youtube.com/SleazyFatman, and premium videos at onlyfans.com/wrestling show. Make sure you go and like and subscribe on your favorite platform and click that notification icon on YouTube. That really, really does help us out. You can find all sorts of content at thewrestlingshow.com, including merch, articles, and a ton of other cool stuff. One of the things that is coming eventually is our huge thank you for subbing on my OnlyFans. I will tell you this. We have some cool database related stuff that's coming up shortly. You guys are going to really love. You can get this podcast every Saturday morning and wherever you get your podcasts, including Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube Music, and Podbean. Don't hesitate to reach us on your favorite platform and click automatic downloads. Once again, it really helps us out. And if nothing else, make sure you like, of course, do the whole algorithm things. Like, subscribe, comment, as always. So with a fuck you to Ryan because he left, a thank you to Dietz, who's here, a thank you to Heavy G, and as always, for Sleazy.
For the Fat Man.
This is The Wrestling Show. Thank you guys so much for listening. Peace.
Fuck Dave Meltzer. Fuck Tony Khan's alleged coke habit. Hot dog's not a sandwich. A sub is not a sandwich. A burger is a sandwich. It's not. Fuck off. And next week we're doing... We don't know.
I'm a truth that you seem to run from. I'm an army of one. I'm a clip in your gun. I'm the pain in the game. The bloodshed in your name. When there's nothing to gain.